What's up, you guys? We are back with another video. My name is Gavin, and this is part 3 of my top 100. So without further ado, let's get into the video. To the writing, to the performance of Vincent Price, it just gives you everything you want in a Vincent Price movie. The best made comic book film, for sure. Heath Ledger is fantastic as the Joker. He kills it in every single scene and breathes his psychotic agent of chaos. Christian Bale is fantastic as well as Batman, and we question, can good guys be bad? Can bad guys be good? Do bad guys stay bad? Do good guys stay good? It's been talked about millions of times, and people love it for a reason. It's amazing visuals, stop motion, animation, characters, as well as themes make this movie a Halloween and Christmas classic. The atmosphere is fantastic. It just builds this odd, weird world so very well, and the visuals are just great in every scene. The tension is built up very clearly, and it's very straightforward in that aspect. It's just fantastic, and it might be my favorite foreign movie. Even though I think this film is kind of overrated, it's still fantastic. I mean, the performance by Jack Nicholson and the atmosphere is just amazing. It's very tension-filled. I mean, was there more to say about the show? Amazing. The performances, the horror, it gives you everything that is great in a Stephen King movie. A very funny movie for sure. It never gives you a breath. It always makes you laugh. In fact, the last scene is a joke. Eddie Murphy's character is fantastic, and he is just so incredibly funny and makes this film so fun to watch. I talked about this movie for hours on end, and it's just so fantastic. Sissy Spacek is outstanding, and you really feel bad for her. The split screen tactic is so fantastic and shockingly effective. The visuals are outstanding. It's a great movie, and it's a must-watch for every single horror fan. One of my favorite Burton movies. I love the whole stories that he tells his kids, and the fact that saying there's sort of these themes about like what's reality and like what's real in your life, what's fake, and the fact that the son in this movie doesn't even know his real father. He just knows the fake stories about him and the fake stuff, and it really creates this really interesting dilemma and conflict that you wouldn't really expect too much from a Burton movie. And of course, because it's Burton, the visuals are really good, but it's really more about this father and son dynamic and how they explain that and tell it in this great story. Those movies that just keeps you entertained. The action is amazing, and it's so incredibly fast-paced. It's just fantastic visuals, action. It just always keeps it at a fast, fun pace where you'll never get bored. One of my favorite Burton movies, and this is just part of why I love Burton so very much. The visuals are just fantastic. The songs are great. It's so creative, and you just never know where it's gonna go. Everything is just so great. Johnny Depp. This is just one of those movies that just feels like it was made and served for me. I love fantastic visuals. I love creativity, and I love it when it's just when you just don't know what's coming. And this movie has those things that I really love. Plus, it has Johnny Depp, which is probably one of my favorite actors. In fact, he's in a movie that you'll see a lot higher as well. So, I just absolutely love this movie, and it's actually my favorite musical. So, it's also one of my favorite horror films. So, I just absolutely love this movie. Number 37, Dial M for Murder. I have not seen a ton of Hitchcock, but this is one of my favorites. It has a great concept as well as phenomenal dialogue. It is so incredibly crafted and just so very intriguing. It just always keeps you intrigued, and you're always just wanting more of the movie. I absolutely love this movie. One of the best Spielberg films. The character of Leonardo DiCaprio will Leonardo DiCaprio's character is fantastic. His performance is great. You can understand why these events would happen, leading to the wrong things and the mistakes that he made. And it's about regret, consequences in it, and kind of just like what goes around, not really, kind of what goes around comes around in a way when it reveals in the final at the end of the movie. I haven't seen this film in a while, but it's one of my favorite Spielberg movies. Very fun popcorn movie. The action scenes are very iconic, as well as the intro to the movie. The score is great, and it's just so fun to watch. Seems to prefer Raiders, but there is one reason why I like Crusade more, and this is what makes this film so amazing. Is the relationship that Sean Connery, who's Indiana Jones' dad, has with Harrison Ford. And of course, R.I.P. to Sean Connery. It was definitely horrible that he died. And just they have such great rapport with one another, and they have really fantastic chemistry. And the action also is still really great, and I absolutely love this movie. The animation is outstanding, the story is great, and it's a love story, but it's actually done well. And there's also some interesting world building as well, so it's just not the full-on love story. There's some really cool other stuff that this movie has to offer, and it's really fantastic. A very well-made sports movie that I love. What is there more to say about it? It's Rocky. One of my favorite Nolan films. It has an amazing concept, the acting by everyone is great, and the villain is honestly so great. Nolan's second best villain in my opinion. It's so outstanding. The animation goes from a wide range of different styles, and Moses and Ramses are fantastic, and Ramses is of course an outstanding villain, just the relationship of their relationship just being pulled apart as a whole. It's just fantastic. Very fun movie. It turns the superhero cliches on its head, and it's not one of the best movies, but it's by far one of my favorites. It always kept me intrigued, and it made sense how these certain events happened, and the characters as well as the dialogue is fantastic. Fantastic. The themes, the animation, the score, Hiccup's character arc, and the satisfying conclusion we have been building up to. Classic horror film. It's so unsettling, and Boris Karloff is outstanding as Frankenstein. So there you guys, that's the video. We will get into part 1, which will be from my top 25 favorite films of all time. That'll come very soon, and I will make sure to edit that video and get it prepared for you guys. But that's the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.